Hey babes, I'm so glad that you came back for another video of our 10 strategies to manage your mental health. We're so close to being all the way through our strategies. Today is number 9. I'm so excited. If at any point during this video you feel connected to me or love what I'm sharing with you, please like and subscribe so that I can get that feedback. Also, if you're someone who really feels you connect with me on a personal level, you're ready to make a change in your life, and you're ready to push yourself out there and just turn your life around for the absolute better, please fill out the application below so that you and I can have a one-on-one conversation and together make a roadmap to plan your future and your success, whether that be struggling with your anxiety, breaking free from your 9-to-5 job and into the network marketing field, or just to reach out to me because you feel connected and we can swap stories about our health and our mental health and share. That's also so important, creating those relationships. Today's strategy number 9, create positive daily interactions. This is something that I used to never do. I can think back to the times that people have complimented me or reached out to me or started a conversation with me, and I was so in my head with what was happening that I just kind of went through the motions, and I'd be talking to them, but I wasn't really being attentive, and I wasn't really hearing what they were saying. And it was like, oh, thanks, yeah, it was great, thanks for asking. But did I ever ask them back? So if someone asked me, how was your weekend? And I started talking about it, did I ever go back and ask them about theirs? Did I have genuine interest in that? So creating daily positive interactions and doing it on purpose. Not just saying, oh, someone asked me about their day and I responded and asked them back, so that's a daily interaction. Ask people things that have purpose and that will push you to grow. All right. So one of the things that I do is I seek out someone at work every day that I haven't talked to in a while. And I just ask, oh, how are you? I haven't seen you in some time. Tell me about how things are going. How have you been? People love to talk about themselves, truly. So this will help you create deeper connections with other people. And you have to be mindful that they may be in that mindset where they're not really paying attention, or they may not give you as deep of a response as you'd like, and that's okay. Be easy on them. This is your challenge to go out and be the person that reaches out and makes those connections. I used to be the type of person that would get baited easily. If you know what I mean by baited, then you might also be one of these people, where someone in the workplace, at home, and your family just constantly wants to talk negatively or gossip or talk about all the things that are going wrong in their life. For me, that's a very bad mindset to be in, because while I'm working so hard to become a more optimistic, open-minded, holistic type person, I want to be there to support those people. But when someone is consistently always in that mindset, it pulls you in with them. And so you have to think, what can I do to turn this conversation? Don't take the bait. There are so many times at my workplace where someone, a coworker, will come up to me and start maybe wanting to gossip, and I honestly sometimes just don't take the bait. I just don't respond. Or I just politely say, oh, I'm sorry, that's so difficult. I don't give back what they're giving to me. And that was really hard for me. I'm easily baited. So there have been a lot of times where someone will come at me with kind of like aggression, or not towards me, but in the conversation, they're being quite aggressive or they're upset about something. And it's hard for me to not respond in an aggressive way and be like, well, you know what, or So it took a lot the first few times I did this. One example was at work. I had a coworker for a while who was constantly coming up to me, just complaining about the same thing over and over again. And anytime that I would try to give helpful feedback, they would be like, that's not gonna work. Well, I don't know how to help you from here, this point out. And I understand that that's where their mindset is currently. So for me to take care of my mind and my anxiety, when they do that now, I simply just listen and I go, yeah, oh, so hard. I don't have the conversation. I don't feed into it. And it's so relieving, because then I used to have this feeling where when I left a conversation like that, my heart was racing and I had anxiety, and I was like, oh, this isn't even my problem. Like, I feel so stressed out about this, or a bad conversation happened and now I'm like, oh, that person feels frustrated with me because I didn't give them what they needed out of that conversation. That's not my job. That's not my job. Be there for your friends and family. Let them know you're there to listen, but you don't have to be a gossip queen. You don't have to constantly point out the negative that everyone is doing. Honestly, once you learn to tune that out, and instead of feeding into those negative interactions and only create positive interactions, naturally positive conversations will happen. Just like when another person can bait you into a bad conversation, it's so easy to bait others into a good conversation. Be that conversation bee that goes around and is like, you see someone stressed out and you're like, oh my gosh, you look so great today. How are you? What was the best thing you did this weekend? Oh, and if they're still stressed out, you'd be like, girl, you persevere. You've got this. I know you do. I'm here if you need me, but I got to get back to work. I'm so glad I got to chat with you this morning. I really missed talking to you over the weekend. Be that positive vibe, because for some people, they're also so easily baited that they'll go, oh my gosh, Maris just has me so relaxed this morning. I needed that, just that positive affirmation girl talk today. And you can be that influence. But by projecting out, you're allowing that to be reciprocated. I always talk about karma. Put out into the world what you want back into your life. So if you're constantly being negative and joining in those conversations, and then you are thinking about those negative conversations all day, that's all that's going to be cycling through your mind, your body, your energy. You're going to feel, ugh. Whereas if you're pushing those away, not accepting them, and you're like sending out positive vibes, sending out positive energy, laugh a little, smile for no reason. If you're feeling stressed out, just start smiling. Sometimes it just makes me laugh because I'm like, I'm sitting here by myself smiling, trying to train my brain to be happy. And it works. It will start to trigger that mindset for you. So be the energy that you want someone else to be for you. And it's all going to come back in a flooded motion. It'll be a slow start, but quickly you're going to notice that all of a sudden your entire aura or your entire energy circle has positive vibes. There are no negative vibes here. Create that space for yourself. And I promise you, just naturally, your mind is going to start to calm down, relax. And it's just like I said before, when you start thinking about having a new mindset, you also start thinking about the positive vibes around you. So naturally, without thinking, you'll just start to notice really happy things. Things that people are doing at restaurants, things on a TV show, things in a book, things that someone says to you in the workspace or at home. You'll hone in more on the positive feedback, and the few negative things that trickle in will be so easy to just right away. Oh, I heard it. It's not important. Or we talked about it. We ended it on a positive matter and we moved on. And learning how to overcome those negative moments and focus on the positive daily interactions. So please, such an important challenge. Every day, have at least one purposeful positive interaction with someone else that you have implemented, that you have purposely created in your life. And each day, I promise, as you do one on purpose, so many more will follow that you didn't even plan on having a positive interaction, but it came out so positive because that's the mindset you're having now. Oh, I'm so excited to hear how these go for you. Please leave a comment if this works for you, or let me know how it came back into your life in a positive way, the energy that came back, the karma that came back. Like and subscribe, and if you really feel connected and you want to know more, please fill out the application below so that you and I can have a one-on-one conversation together.